When Avatar The Last Airbender originally aired, it was applauded for its many strong and capable female characters, and they certainly are strong and capable, but also somewhat exceptional in the sense that the world and the warfare depicted in the show is just as patriarchal and male-dominated as the warfare in our world historically. And I know you're probably like, yeah, no shit, Detective William Murdoch of the Toronto Constabulary, Station House 4. The Northern Water Tribe is explicitly patriarchal, and there's even a whole arc about Katara fighting the patriarchy. By the way, can you imagine how satisfying that fight with Master Paku must have been for her? She was just letting it all out. Like, yeah, fuck your male chauvinist, patriarchal bullshit, fuck your Calvin and Hobbes, get rid of slimy girls gross club, that's not even a proper fucking acronym. But for real, the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom and their respective militaries are all just as patriarchal for the most part, there's just less of a point made of it. Their armies are shown to consist entirely of male soldiers, and they use androcentric language, using the word men to refer to personnel.
Men! Attack the Avatar!
In one episode, it's even established that the Fire Nation commits androcide.
When I was a little girl, the Fire Nation raided our farming village. All the men were taken away.
But, as is also the case in our world's history, this patriarchal warfare is not absolute, and there are exceptions where a form of matriarchal warfare is practiced. The first one that comes to mind is the Kyoshi warriors. Now, they copy the style of Avatar Kyoshi, and you would think that with figures like Avatar Kyoshi and like half of all the other avatars throughout history being powerful, influential women, that the world of Avatar would be less patriarchal than it is, but I guess Mike and Brian just weren't thinking too hard about that sort of thing. I particularly like how the Kyoshi warriors are established non-benders, showing how they can outmatch male warriors even without relying on the show's fantasy aspect. The other example of a society of female warriors is the Southern Water Tribe of generations past. In the flashbacks showing the Southern Water Tribe's early engagements with the Fire Nation, their main fighting force is shown to consist primarily of women. Although over time the Fire Nation overwhelmed and whittled down this main fighting force to the point where in the show's current time, the Southern Water Tribe conducts a similar style of patriarchal warfare as the rest of the world, which causes Sokka to grow up developing a sort of boyish machismo, which Katara directly calls him out for at the very start of the show.
You are the most sexist, immature, nut-brained... I'm embarrassed to be related to you!
By the way, this was the first time I had ever heard the word sexist in a kid's show. I remember being like, whoa, can they even say that? It has the word sex in it. This whole aspect of the Southern Water Tribe having its matriarchal elements diminished by the Fire Nation can probably be perceived as allegorical to the effect real-life colonizing forces have had on indigenous matriarchies. I mean, if you want to get deep about it. Anyway, Sokka's machismo is shortly remedied when he meets the Kyoshi warriors. Love how it all ties together.
Do I really have to wear this? It feels a little... girly.
It's a warrior's uniform. You should be proud. The silk thread symbolizes a brave blood that flows through our veins. The gold insignia represents the honor of the warrior's heart.
Bravery and honor.
Ha! Gay!